Hello everyone, this is Jeb and welcome back to Gran Turismo 4. And now if you'll remember, in the last episode we did the FF front wheel drive challenge races with the Honda Integra Type R. And now I was planning to do the MR challenge for the next video until my hard drive crashed. I lost all my save data, which is why you can see some slightly different statistics and numbers on the top. Like a different number of credits, a different day from when I left it in the last episode. But, you know, I still earned the same number of cars, earned back the licenses, and I golded all of the races that we won last time out. So, yeah. I was planning to do the MR challenge, but I didn't have enough money to buy a decent MR car, and I really couldn't be bothered grinding the FF challenge again. So I thought, why not tune up the 8112 Abarth we won from the last race, and, you know, take that to the lightweight K-Car Cup. It's certainly small enough. So what we're gonna want to do is go turbo and upgrade that. There we go. 4,500 credits. The car is now putting out, I believe it said 99 horsepower. We'll buy a racing chip as well. There we go. It's making over 100 horsepower. Now if we go back to the garage, we can have a look at the stats. So here we are, the A112 Abarth, 1979 was the year of its make, front wheel drive, 102 horsepower, 85 foot-pounds of torque. We're already in the car I think, so I don't know why I just clicked that. And if we click sell, we can get up the actual statistics. So it's a 4-cylinder engine with a capacity of just over a litre. It's 3.2 meters long, by 1.4 high, by 1.36 wide, and it weighs 700 kgs. It hasn't done any miles yet as well, so this will be interesting. Take the beginner events, the lightweight K-Car Cup, and as you can see the length limit is 3.4 meters. And our Abarth is comfortably under that limit. And the prize for winning is 2,000 credits, which is the highest prize yet. So we will jump into these races, and hopefully they won't be too difficult, but I haven't driven the Abarth yet, as you may have, you know, guessed by the 0 miles figure. So I'm not really sure how it's going to perform compared to the Integra that we've been driving the whole way through. So it's a 7-point A-spec race, so it can't be anything too difficult. You can see we've got a couple of, we've got a Daihatsu Copen, we've got a Cappuccino, a Suzuki wagon, so I don't think it'll be too difficult. And wow, okay, that's a lot more responsive than I'm used to. And I just realised I've been holding RT on my Xbox controller, because I was playing F1 before this, and I'm really not used to pressing A to accelerate. Whoa, we touched with the Copen. We touched with the, what is that, the bloody Wagon K, Suzuki wagon. But we're up into 4th. Oh, I always like those Honda Beats, they're quite cool actually. So we go side by side with the Honda Beat. I think we've got a bit more horsepower than him though. We can cut across the grass a little bit and take the position. Wow, it's a lot sort of more responsive, a little trickier to handle than the Integra. The rear end really wants to kick out on those long sort of sustained corners, and we're already 6/10 behind the wagon. We'll let the Cappuccino through a little so we can get him on the switchback for the second turn. He's braked in the middle of the corner, which is very odd. There we go. Oh, he covered the inside line. Damn, he shut the door on us. I suppose we should have expected that, but no matter. We shall just sweep up the inside here. Thank you. And that's all she wrote. Or not. Or, yes it is. Oh, he wanted to come back there though. He wanted to come back around my outside. That's a... Is that a Suzuki Alto? I think that's a Suzuki Alto. Or either that or it's one of those Daihatsu move things. Oh wow, the back end kicked out there. We lost a lot of momentum at the exit of the corner. Going into lap 3 now, 57-second lap. We are 7/10 behind whatever the hell this is. I suppose we'll find out at the results screen. But we're much faster than it, I think. We were gaining a lot of speed. And brake. Wow, it sweeps to the inside there, just closes us off a little. The brakes on this car are very poor. This car is 20 years older than what he's using. Yep, he tried to come across there, but we were already on the inside line and he couldn't do anything about it. Yep, it's kicking out again. That's ruined the entire exit through the curve there. We've got to get that under control. The car really, I think it's a bit too powerful for the way it drives. It's got 102 horsepower. It was designed with 70, and it weighs like half, or just like half again what the Integra weighs, less than the Integra. But it's doing pretty well. I think it's a little overpowered for the K car races. But then again, all the K cars are like late 80s, early mid 90s, even late 90s, so you know, they're 15, 20 years younger than the Abarth, and the Abarth's showing them up. But there we go, coasting around the last corner to take victory here at Motorland Driving Park. There we go. And it was a Suzuki Wagon-R. The Cappuccino behind it, with 4 seconds behind. Very close finish actually between those three. There was 0.3 of a second in that. Then the Honda Beat, Suzuki Works, and the Daihatsu Copen presumably. So we can just skip the replay and head into the prize money selection screen. So 2,000 credits for the win, and that will go some way towards repaying the money that we spent on the upgrades. I don't know quite yet if it was financially viable, whether we're going to make a profit or not. But we will win a prize car which we can presumably sell, unless it's one of those annoying concept cars again actually. I didn't think of that. The concept cars you can't sell, or well, you can sell them but they won't give you anything. They just vanish. So on to Tsukuba then. It's another 7-point race. We are sitting behind the Suzuki Cappuccino and another Suzuki Key Works, or Kai Works, or however you pronounce it. And here we go, off the line. We've got a bit better acceleration than the Cappuccino. Up his inside into turn 1, a little bit of contact there. But hey, a little bit of pushing and shoving never hurt anyone. Well, actually it did, to be fair. It's probably not a good example. Around the inside of the Suzuki wagon, rapidly turns to the outside. That was a terrible entry into that corner there. And what are we behind there? I think that's is that an AutoZam Mazda AZ1? I think it is. That's a really cool car actually. It looks kind of like a little sort of supercar. Whoa, what the hell? He was going really slow there on the inside. He sort of pushed the AZ1 wide, and the AZ1 braked in front of me, so... yeah, but we out-accelerate them both. Is that a Daihatsu Mira? That's Mira XX, isn't it? Yep, we're around the Suzuki wagon, which is very slow. Got a couple of tyres on the grass there, bit of a bump from the rear of from the front of the mirror into our rear end, but nope, we've kept the lead by 0.3 of a second. Nicely done. So our car is a lot more temperamental in the corners than these guys, but you know, their power just can't keep up with us on the straights. We've got, I think, probably packing around 25-30 more horsepower than these guys, and it really comes out on these straight sections. and in the sort of fast, wider corners, whereas in the narrower corners, they're a lot newer and their handling is much better than ours. Putting a couple of wheels in the grass there, kicking up a little cloud. Braking into the tight right-hander. And down the back straight. Just pulling away a bit there. So we've got another lap to go after this. And then after this we've only got one race, so this will be quite a short episode, I think. But hopefully this will be up by, I think, Monday or Tuesday. I'm recording this on Friday. But of course I've got a video uploading right now, which is the MotoGP video. So that should be uploaded by tonight or tomorrow morning. And I'll probably wait a couple of days to upload the next one. I mean, I'm in quarantine. I could upload 3 or 4 videos a week by now. But my absolutely terrible internet hampers the upload speed. And anyway, I don't want to start putting out loads of videos a week. And then, you know, have problems with the schedule when it goes back to sort of 1 or 2 videos a week. So I'll go back to my normal 2 videos a week. And see how it goes from there. Under the Dunlop Bridge. I kind of wish I had the PAL version to emulate. I like the North American version. It's great, but like the soundtrack is terrible. I mean, putting bloody Snoop Dogg in a Gran Turismo game, I don't know what they were thinking. It's a disgusting disgrace. I mean, I don't think anyone is fans of Snoop Dogg anymore. I think he's a bit irrelevant now. He's sort of early 2000s, mid 2000s, and then he just disappeared. But there we are, finished the race. Another 7 points for the total. The Mirror nearly 5 seconds behind. Suzuki Cappuccino 6 seconds. The AutoZam nearly 10 seconds. And the Suzuki Wagons right at the back 13 and 14 seconds. So I think, yeah, the Abarth is a bit too dominant for the K-Car Cup. But well, this is all going towards a greater, more worthy cause. The MR Challenge. We'll probably have to really scout about, because the MR cars, even in the used car dealerships, you can't really find one for 15k or under, because, you know, on average they're much faster. So I think we're probably going to find maybe an old RX-7 or something, and try and modify that to be competitive. 7 laps of the most boring, uninteresting, brain-dead course in the game. I want to cry. 7 laps of beginner course. At least each lap is only around 30 seconds, so that's not so bad. I kind of want to get these beginner events out of the way as soon as possible, so I can get into the more interesting ones. Oh, we've got 2 Honda Beats here. Oh, contact with the green one. Cut the track a little bit alongside the yellow one. Not for long though, we're pulling away from him. I think it might be a little bit cheating, I guess, to bring an Italian, modified turbo Italian car. And what the hell is that? Some sort of miniature Jeep? Oh my god, no, it's one of those horrible boxes. Goodbye, be gone. Yeah, I think it might be considered a little bit cheating to bring a tuned turbo Abarth to a naturally aspirated Japanese K-car meet, but hey, I make the rules in this game. Plus the AI is so brain dead that I could probably bring a Honda Beat and still whoop them. Braking into the first corner. Wow, how exciting. Oh my goodness, I might die of complete interest and excitement. Here we go. Around there. That is like a cheap version of Indianapolis infield, where they know it's a massive oval and they've just put a random chicane in the middle to make sure you don't say, oh, it's a boring oval. kind of like the main straight at the Yes Marina National Circuit. On the GP International Circuit, it's a really long unbroken straight, but on the national version of the circuit, a chicane appears in the middle of that straight to slow down the cars. Which is a kind of, it feels artificial, but that's just me because I've never played very much outside of the International GP circuit, because of course, you know, that's the only one that actually appears in the F1 games. And F1 games are what I mostly play, so go figure. But you know, we're doing mid 31 seconds. We've slightly overshot the corner there, but it's not gonna lose us any time, is it? Considering the beat is 4.3 seconds behind after 5 laps of a course that isn't even half a mile long. Yeah, no, we're doing a sort of consistent mid 31 second laps, apart from this one, which is going to be a 32.7. Fastest lap is a 31.3. I mean, I could cut this chicane here, but apart from the thing on lap 1 where we kind of had to avoid the Honda beat, I'm not going to unless it's necessary. Going down the inside. Finally, the last lap is coming up. Thank God. This torture will soon be over. 31.5. Yeah, this soundtrack really isn't doing much. It's annoying me. The PAL soundtrack is like 10 times better. Around the final sustained long right-hander. Past the tyres. And here we go, across the line. Setting the fastest lap of the race there on the last lap at 31.25. The beat more than 5 seconds behind. The other beat nearly 10 seconds. The Mirror 13 and the Daihatsu Copen 14 just before the results thing sort of fades out of the screen. I wish it would stop doing that. I want to see how far they are behind, but well. It's not like I can write a letter to Polyphony and ask them to alter the code of a game this old. So we got 10,600 credits. Exit. What car do we win? I bet there's a prize car. There should be a prize car at least. Ah, yeah. Here we go. Ginetta G4. Actually, that's a really good thing. I'm going to keep that. Because that will be very, very useful for things like the Clubman Cup. You see, if we go back to the garage, you've got the Ginetta G4 here, and it's got 91 horsepower, so you're like, oh, a bit, you know, underpowered, isn't it? But it weighs 450 kgs. If we modify that and put it in some proper races, it will be unstoppable. It will be a proper giant killer. So, yeah. Well, that has been the lightweight K-Car Cup, even though we did it in it wasn't even a K-Car in the end. So, thanks very much for watching, and goodbye.